And I'm glad that you have joined us again, at least I hope again. I'm David the Bruce, and this is Frightfully Brilliant. And boy, do we have a show for you. This time we've got, have you ever wondered about the backstory of the boy that cried wolf? Wait till you hear this, or where you can get the most amazing deals online, and I'm not talking Amazon. Also, did you ever consider that quite possibly blindness might be the new superpower of villains? Yes, well, hey, listen, I could go on, but I'm not. I'm just going to introduce our people. All right here, this is Morticia.
Hi.
Let's have a hand. Here's Morticia. Oh, much better, yes. And then next to her, can I have a hand or more for Gomez? Uh-oh, I did it again. Introduce my often forgot person.
This is our mascot, Slappy.
Slappy. Slappy, and then last and definitely least, Charlie over there. All right, so without any further ado, let's go. And we are back.
Well, Morticia, that thesis of yours got us into trouble.
My research on the boy who cried wolf, the research that's going to get me my degree in paranormal psychology without even having to return to university? I think not. I don't see how.
That is the one.
Well, it was groundbreaking. My work on the boy who cried wolf was absolutely groundbreaking, Gomez. Why, so many people don't understand. There's truth to every legend. Every legend starts somewhere with something that really happened. But what they lose is the way to figure out what really happened is by studying what doesn't make sense about the legend. What makes it too ridiculous or too fantastical is usually where things went wrong. So what I did was I studied the geography of the area, what was going on with the history of the area. This is ancient Greece. They're saying in ancient Greece, a shepherd boy kept crying wolf because he was bored watching all the sheep by himself. That makes no sense. He's bored, so he's going to just ask people to come out and check for a wolf that's not there. They're going to get annoyed because they were disrupted from their day. They're going to see there's no wolf. They're annoyed with him. They leave. Okay, that's not really good attention. That probably lasted 2 or 3 minutes. So he's going to keep doing it. He's going to do it again the next week and the next week. I think not. If he's really bored, he's going to have his girlfriend out there for a little hanky-panky. I mean, there's no one to see them but the sheep after all. Or he could have his friends out for an old-fashioned Greek version of a keg party. I mean, like they can do a sheep hop or something, right? Since they're watching the sheep. They can call the dance the sheep hop. Like,
yeah, I would dance it.
Yeah, you would look good dancing the sheep hop.
Aw.
But no, I don't think that's what happened, because if he was really bored, he would have done the sheep hop, or he would have done some alone time with his girlfriend. But no, he's crying wolf because here's what it is, Gomez. He really thought he was seeing a wolf. Because what I studied when I saw the geography of the area and the history of what happened, a lot of shepherds were having trouble with the wolves trying to get at their sheep. So these shepherds were solving this problem by killing the poor innocent wolves.
Aww.
So the wolves are obviously upset about this. So because wolves have souls, just like everyone else, they were ghost wolves. They were haunting the area. And the poor boy that cried wolf was actually a medium and didn't even know it. He didn't realize he was seeing ghosts. So he sees these vengeful wolves coming at him in droves. He calls for help. People come out. And can you imagine his mental trauma when people come out to find out what's happening, and they say nothing's happening, and he knows what he saw, and they don't see it? Think about how the poor boy suffered before the day that a real wolf who was alive finally came to get the sheep, tore the boy to pieces, and none of the villagers came to help because they never saw the ghosts, and he didn't understand he was seeing ghosts to tell them what was happening. Do you see how tragic that was?
The poor unsung hero of ancient times.
Yes, and it's nothing like the legend because people never understood what really happened until now. No one understood the boy who cried wolf was actually a medium, seeing ghosts, wolves, not even the ancient Greeks at the time. So I don't understand how that could cause a problem for anyone, Gomez, really.
Well, the theory was too good, so good that I entirely believed in it, and
Of course you did, it's true.
Well, that's what I told Karen. When she asked me for
Did she have a problem with my theory?
Well, no, she just got on the wrong end of using it when I gave her the advice.
What do you mean, Gomez? Explain.
Well, she called me and she complained about her little cousin. He goes and he sees monsters under the bed every time he goes to bed.
Poor child.
I know. So he screams, he bawls for his parents, and being good parents, they come out to see what's happening with him, and they don't see anything.
Just like the boy who cried wolf.
Exactly. So that's what I told Karen, that just like the boy who cried wolf, her boy cousin may be seeing ghost of a monster under the bed.
Of course.
So it was a good idea, and I used yours, and I told her about it.
Yes.
Well, a few minutes ago, she called me, and, well, she was very upset.
What happened, dear?
It seems that her little cousin was killed.
No.
Yes, they only found his bloody nightshirt and a few scraps of hair under the bed of all things.
Oh, dear.
So I started wondering, am I always giving bad advice? Should I stop giving advice?
Well, just because it was a real monster under the bed instead of a ghost, I mean, you didn't know. It's hardly your fault, dear. And you can't be responsible for everyone who gets killed because of your advice. I mean, really. And besides, my theory on the boy who cried wolf is still frightfully brilliant.
Just this past week, I must admit I fell victim to Amazon's, what do they call it? It's like Black Friday in July. What is the new
Christmas
big
in July or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so I bought some things.
Don't shop on Amazon.
But I wished I would have known about.
What I'm about to tell
Yes,
you.
yeah,
You're going
tell
to
us.
save so much money from this, and it's not really a secret, but somehow most people don't know about it. There is a site, you know whenever you buy stuff at the store and they say made in China on the tag?
Yep.
Okay, what happens is the store buys, like, I don't know, let's say this necklace I'm wearing is a cute little cat on a broomstick, okay? Let's say that a store is going to sell this to you for $16.
Yeah.
That store bought it from somewhere in China for $2. So they're making a huge profit. Now, what I'm telling you is you don't need a wholesale license. You don't need to own a business. You can shop at those same stores in China and buy it for $2.
Wow.
And if you're one of those gentle bleeding hearts that say, but no, you're taking from local businesses, those local businesses are actually taking from you because they're buying it from China. And they're selling. Okay, so why not do the same thing? You know, the more money you save, the more you can shop, especially when you're Christmas shopping. So the site where you can buy anything you want from China, way cheaper than you're going to buy it from the U.S., is called AliExpress. That's spelled AliExpress. Get your phones and Google it now.
Yeah.
I'm talking anything. I buy a lot of my spooky things, like this beautiful bastet dress was $6.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we have a shot of this amazing dress that you got
Yes.
for $6.
Yes.
There
And
it
a
is.
store would sell
Wow,
this
look at that.
easily for like 20, 30, 60. Look online at places like Doll's Kill or, you know, all the kind of spooky stores that sell.
I mean, with Halloween coming up.
Or
wow,
even
there
just
at
if you like
$6, you've got
Egyptian
your Halloween
myths.
costume. And
Yeah.
if you're a guy, it's going to look even cooler.
They have stuff for everyone, though. This isn't just if you want spooky things. All my jewelry that I'm wearing came from AliExpress for
Really?
insane prices. This ring with the claw, it was $1 for stainless steel. This is unisex, size adjustable.
The claw ring. Do we have a picture of it? Anyway, and you have some other rings.
Right, and it's a ravens, 2 ravens. It's the 2 Viking ravens that sit on Odin's shoulders, Hugin and
yeah.
Munin. Yeah, that was also stainless steel.
There we
This
are.
isn't like crap that's going to turn in a week. This is stainless steel.
There
Size
we are.
adjustable, anybody can wear it. Also $1. And if you're not into
$1?
it, yeah, and
Whoa.
and stores are going to sell this
Jeez.
for a lot more.
Yeah.
And if you're not interested in what I'm wearing, obviously, that's okay. You can get butterflies and unicorns for the same price or anything you like. I mean, it's if you look for clothes, you look for purses. I was recently interested in this cat-shaped purse that I saw on a regular, not AliExpress site for like $60. I was like, well, that's nice, but I'm not paying $60 for a purse because I don't have to. I went and bought it at AliExpress for $11 last night. Now I just have to wait for it to come in the mail. Now
I did want to ask about that.
It does
They
take-
don't have 2-day delivery.
No,
what's
so
the
you want to
deal?
order in advance if you're Christmas shopping. They have electronics, they have clothes, they have ski suits, they have boots, they have dressy formal wear. You can get your prom dress for $30, $20, $15.
How long does it take to get a delivery?
It depends on the store. It can take anywhere from a couple weeks, sometimes it's fast, to like 30 days. So order it in advance.
So like,
And when you're clothes shopping, because the Chinese people are very small and delicate and beautiful, if you're clothes shopping and you're American, if you're like a medium, like I'm a
up the
medium,
size.
no, I get an XXL, and it makes me feel like I need to lose weight, and I'm going, I'm not really an XXL, that would fall off me. But if you're buying clothes on AliExpress, size up like 3. If you're a medium, you need an XXL. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true.
So does it take about a week or 2
No,
weeks
I told
or 3
you.
weeks?
You've got to listen to me,
No,
man.
apparently
takes
I didn't hear it.
2 weeks to 30
2
days.
weeks,
Well, when you're
30
flipping back
days.
for edits, you'll see I told you.
So if you want to buy some Halloween stuff, maybe this is a
No,
good time.
not even just Halloween. I'm telling you, this
No,
is a store.
but if.
Yes.
This might be a good time to order it.
Yes.
Yeah, then you'll have
I'm
it
wearing
for sure.
Halloween jewelry, the cat on the broomstick. I'm wearing a raven skull with wings. Other stores are selling similar designs of this raven skull with wings for $30, $40. I got it for $3. Oh, my necklaces are tangling. I got it for $3. It's amazing. And it's not less quality metal. This is good quality pewter, and the other stuff is stainless steel, and they have sterling silver, even diamonds on AliExpress. Like, it doesn't just have to be spooky stuff. It has, like, diamonds. You can get anything, electronics. So don't limit yourself before you go to Amazon and buy stuff. Check AliExpress first, AliExpress, and see if they have it first. Gomez is wearing a nice Halloween necklace. It's a Halloween tree, a black tree with like a raven, a cat, and a tombstone. It's really cool. So like David said, Halloween jewelry, anything though. Just like if you want to get your girlfriend a diamond ring, look on AliExpress first, because they're not fake, they're not, they sell fake too if you want a fake diamond. I mean, you can get one of those too. Even large like crystals and gemstones, like to sit on your table, like, crystal pyramids or anything, they sell that. I mean, there's nothing they don't sell. So I can't talk long enough about AliExpress, but I'm going to have to stop. But I'm just saying, look, anything you want, look for it there. You want a hamster cage, look for it there. Like, it's free shipping, too. I forgot almost the most important part. Yes, if you're thinking, well, what if I buy something big and heavy and I have to pay shipping? No, free shipping.
The price you see is the price it is.
Yes, this is what Chinese people sell to stores. So you're paying what the store pays. You don't need a wholesale license. You just buy direct. It's amazing. Christmas shop on AliExpress, and it's frightfully brilliant.
All right, we will be back. And this time we are talking about fiction reviews. And what do you all have up your sleeves this time?
We have the Demon Guide, the Field Guide rather, to demons, fairies, and subversive spirits.
Whenever we were practicing for this, Gomez kept calling it the Demon Guide. He wants a Demon Guide. Somebody buy him one.
I'm partial to
Demon
demons.
Guide.
I don't know what it is, but he wants it. If you guys remember the Spiderwick Chronicles, it was a charming little children's series that adults could enjoy too. It was books and TV, and it's about little fairies. These kids move out of this farmhouse in the middle of nowhere with their mommy, and they find fairies. They discover all these little creatures. But they found first, I think it was from their great uncle, a field guide. And it was to fairies. And doesn't that make it sound more real? Like a field guide. It's like, this is real. And I loved it. When I read the books, I went, I like that. It sounds real. Like, it's believable that you could find something like that, and you get excited, discovering all the mystery of what's real. This is real, And it was what they went through. They found this, and they went, oh my God, fairies are real. This is a real field guide to fairies. And so this book enchanted me because it's also called a field guide, and it is not fiction. It is a real book.
Yeah.
It's written by a mother-daughter team. What are their names, Gomez, darling?
Yes, they're
Carol Mack and Diana Mack?
Yes, and
Ah,
that's right. Just like Christine and PC Cass, for those of you who read fiction and other
that's
mother.
the vampire series that the mother and daughter wrote. I thought that was such great family bonding.
Yes.
Family fun for everyone.
So this guide has a very good organization to my mind. It is divided into elements. First of all, Yeah, it gives an introduction to what demons are like, their overview throughout history. It describes what they're like from ancient times, the Greek demons, or rather, as they were spelled, daemons, which signified knowledge, divine inspiration.
Yeah, once the word demon meant knowledge.
Yeah.
Because once
yeah.
you know stuff, your head is screwed up forever.
It was a good thing, not a bad thing.
Right.
Yeah, it was sort of like they describe it appropriately as an intermediary between man and God.
Yeah.
And sometimes they were also spirits of local heroes that served to help people on their quests.
So originally, demons were not bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one not only covers the topic of demons, it also divides the various creatures into their respective elements. It starts with the element of water, which is supposed to represent untapped potential, unbridled possibilities. And this element...
Like this TV show.
Yes, exactly. And it is followed by the element of the forest, which represents creatures of the wild.
Wild. I like it when you get your accent going, Gomez.
Wild.
It's so charming.
When I get excited, it just goes there. I get wild myself.
Wild.
I like the names of some of these in here. That we've got one called Tommy Knockers.
Tommy knockers, knocking at your door. That's a Stephen King. He used it in one of his books
he?
called The Tommy Knockers.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about this other one, Doo-Doo?
Isn't that when you go bathroom?
Oh, it's called Doo-Doo, yeah. Now, of course, there's some that I'm very familiar with. There's Werewolf, I know that one. And
I'm sorry, I've had too
and
much
Lilith,
coffee.
the famous Lilith.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have even our dear friends Jekyll and Hyde in there, which is actually one person. That when you talk about personal
Yeah,
demons, they mentioned
yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde because
Yeah.
of your own personal demons.
Yeah. Yeah, he was masquerading behind another identification
Right,
to do
and he was-
what he kind of wanted to do.
But he was his own demon when he wouldn't
Yes.
let himself do what he wanted. He kind of destroyed himself.
Yeah,
So when you want to do something, just do it.
yeah. Sort of like a paradox.
Yes, it's brilliant. But that's usually what our own
Yeah.
personal demons are, because think about it. When you tell yourself you should do something, you usually probably shouldn't. You're just trying to make yourself.
Yeah. You know what a paradox is?
Yes.
It's two doctors.
Pair of dogs.
I got it. That's for another segment. In the next episode, so
Move
don't go
on,
away.
David. What? All right, well,
What else?
So Jekyll and Hyde that we covered, they belong to the element of the psyche, which is also covered in this book.
Freud.
Yes, it
They even
has.
cover the id, which is basically me.
Yes.
I hate to call an end to our book review, but we are at that moment. It's really good, and like this, it's
Check
really
it out.
broken down into groups. I am totally fascinated by just picking it up and just looking at the table
It's really
of
fun and
contents.
educational.
Available
Great.
on Amazon.
All right, so we are going to be back because it's Frightfully Brilliant. And we are back. And we've got creepy news.
That being, apparently blindness is the cool thing now, the cool superpower for villains in horror. And you know, it's usually thought of as a disability, but apparently now it's a superpower, because think about it. If you haven't seen the horror movie Don't Breathe,
Yeah,
it's about
yeah.
a blind guy,
Yeah.
and he is the villain, and he can even hear you breathing. And he knows his environment so much more, don't you think, Gomez, than the people the younger people that he was after.
Yes,
Now,
he's.
tell me if I got the setup wrong or right. He lives in a house, and so these pranksters, teenagers, decide to go in while he's home because he's blind and he can't see.
Yes.
And so they thought this would be great fun. But when they get in there, they realize that he has sight that they never realized the
His
person
other
could
senses.
have.
Yeah, and a lot of people think, oh, you're blind, so your other senses are stronger. No, you just depend on those other senses more, so they
Yeah.
get honed. Like if you do a certain...
That's why you don't breathe, because you breathe, he
yeah.
knows where you're
It's
at.
like if you do
Yeah,
a certain
is that right?
thing every time, every day. If you sing every day, even if I'm a good singer, you're going to be better than me. You know what I mean? Because you practice.
Yeah.
Blind people just use their other senses more, so it's not that they were born with better senses because they can't see. God or whoever didn't say, well, I'm taking your eyes, but you got better hearing. It doesn't work that way. You just use your hearing more. And the reason we know this is because Gomez and I are blind, and most people don't know that. So we're scary now.
Oh, you know, there was another film. It was just out. I think it follows kind of that same way. The monsters couldn't see, but they could hear. And it's called silence.
Oh, brilliant.
And it was like #1 for 2 weeks on the chart.
Very, like I said, it's a new
Yeah,
superpower.
yeah,
Also, in
yeah.
Pretty Little Liars,
Yeah.
Jenna was one of the antagonists for quite a while, and she's blind. So that was
Yeah,
kind of
pretty-
cool. Then
yeah.
they give her vision back, which kind of killed it for me. I was like, no, she's not as cool.
Yeah, yeah, because it took away her uniqueness.
Yeah, and what made her like even scarier, because these 4 little girls are like terrified of this one blind chick walking around with her cane and everything, and it's like, you know, that's kind of funny because they're 4 and they have all their senses and they're
Yeah.
scared of her.
Yeah. Well, you know, the neat thing about story, since we all live by story, is that when we have a character that has a problem, we can identify with that. And to reach the goal, they have to overcome their personal problem as well.
Yeah, use it to your advantage.
That's right. So that's why we need stories, and that's why they shouldn't take away certain benefits that people have, thinking that they're not benefits.
Yeah, they think they're
in
fixing
stories.
it and then they're not as
They're
cool.
not fixing anything at all.
Yeah.
No, the power is in the weakness, not in the strength.
Well, it's not
Always
really a
is.
weakness if they're using it against all their enemies.
Yeah, that's right.
If it helps you hone your other senses and whatnot, it's like pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know, we have a lot of stories like that in the culture. Probably the oldest one that I know of that I was taught when I was a little kid with David and Goliath. You know, it's just the punk kid with a slingshot that took down the giant with the big spear.
Yeah, I'm really good at darts.
Yeah. You're what?
Very good at, you talked about a slingshot, so I throw darts.
You do?
If I hear where you're at, I know where you're at, I can hit you with a dart.
Ooh.
I used to accidentally hit my roommate in the face with the mail every day.
So that means if I go over to
I
your
didn't mean
house,
to. Oh my God.
I should not breathe.
If you don't need to, I mean, do what you got to do. But I got in fights in high school because people would pick on me, so I kind of related to the don't breathe guy, because you came into my territory and started picking on me, and so I would just take them down,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
would leave me alone.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Hey,
awesome.
what about that film, Wait Until Dark, with Audrey Hepburn?
Don't know.
What a great film that is.
We'll have to check it
She's
out.
blind, and the dudes, the bad dudes, come to get a stuffed doll that she has that has some heroin in it. She doesn't know from Adam what's happening, but she knows they're coming, and so she breaks out all the lights so that they have to operate out of the same darkness that
Slappy
she's
has
always
no
in.
heroin, by the way.
Yeah.
He wants everybody to know.
Say that again?
Slappy has no heroin.
Really?
You can talk about the doll with heroin, so he just wanted it known that he has none. He doesn't want anybody taking him, so he's drug-free.
Drug?
Yes. It took David a while to get that one. I have to check that movie out. So interestingly enough, the blind villain thing's been going on for longer than we were aware of. How cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I hadn't really thought about it until you all mentioned it.
Well, good. I'm
Yeah.
going to watch it now. We'll have to review it
Yeah.
on our
Wow.
YouTube channel or something. So thank you.
And you know, I still haven't seen Don't Breathe.
You should.
You've seen it, of course.
Yeah, we had to. I thought it was going to be corny because usually when everybody loves a movie, I'm not as impressed somehow.
Right.
But this was
yeah.
actually cool. It's not as
Yeah.
good as like Nightmare on Elm Street or anything. You can't top Freddy, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool, right?
And a sequel is about to come out, so you should better catch up quickly.
What?
Ooh, a
It
sequel
is?
is coming.
A sequel?
Yeah, I heard that there is a trailer available somewhere out there.
Oh, man.
You heard?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, I always cringe a little bit when I hear about a sequel because I'm thinking they're just trying to milk the cow when it's past milking time, you know. And but sometimes they're even better. You know,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they expand the original story sometimes.
Yeah.
Flesh
they
it
can be
out.
bad. So I shouldn't prejudge. But I will say this, if I go in to see a film or something like that with low expectations, I usually come out more satisfied than if I go in with high expectations.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were with Don't Breathe. So that was cool.
Really?
And we didn't expect much.
Oh, so you went in, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Like Boogeyman
super.
was a movie I actually expected something out of, and it was horrible. So I learned.
Which one?
It's called The Boogeyman. It's not worth
Boogeyman,
talking
yeah.
about. It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we think about it.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of slasher and horror films in the 70s and 80s, and I don't know, they just got to be pretty routine and boring as far as I was concerned. I didn't
Yeah.
even bother after a while.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street was better because he can get you in your sleep, and that has to be tantalizing.
Yeah,
And Hellraiser is good because it uses your psychology against you with the puzzle box.
yeah.
So
it's
those
true.
were the two
Yeah.
best ones to me because they actually had some depth behind what was making this stuff happen.
Yeah, and Wes Craven once said, which of course his films are based on, are dreams. People have nightmares.
Well, that's what I
And
just
so
said,
he
Freddie.
visualized the dream and enacted out.
Yeah.
And at least that's what he said. Wes Craven.
Creator of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. Yeah, they were based on real people even dying somewhere out there. So
In Japan.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
People
And-
were dying in their sleep in Japan.
yeah, it was.
Freddy was getting them. Well, he
Wow.
was.
Yes. And I think Freddy himself was also based on a real life villain that Wes Craven was afraid of. So
Is that true?
yeah,
A
It-
real life villain that he was afraid of.
well, yeah, there was a guy that was kind of murky and dark in his past, and he was always terrified of this guy. And
But
he-
we could be scarier because we're blind.
yeah,
And apparently that's the new thing.
yeah.
yeah.
So you have any more thoughts on the blindness thing?
Well, yeah, I really liked how, especially Jenna Marshall in Pretty Little Liars, portrayed by Tamin Sarsok, she seems like an exotic person. You can see that she is different, which
Like
you
us?
yes, but not necessarily inferior different, but in a sense a superior different.
Like us?
Yes, she can galvanize the room with her very presence, and that really speaks to me. And also, she was the one that, despite her difficulties, was teaching the other kids how to be a survivor of sorts, and that kind of speaks to me.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like very impressive. It's not just that she uses her power for evil; she
Yeah,
even uses it
yeah.
for, in a sense, self-improvement. So it's very remarkable.
And she was a well-trained survivor
Yes,
who could pass on many skills.
yes.
They showed a brief clip of the Blind Rehabilitation Center, and everyone was saying how she was an inspiration to them and very driven, and it was pretty cool. Luckily, Gomez and I were born with our visual issues, so we didn't have to get used to it. I really respect the people who had sight and then they lose it like her, and then they have to learn everything from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be a lot harder. We're used to
Well,
it.
I hate to say it, but I think we are out of time. So, I'm David the Bruce, Morticia Gomez, and this has been Frightfully Brilliant.